Alrighty, another. I'm just gonna go straight into it. Part 2 of my Mezco Godzilla Destroy All Monsters box set. So, man, I'm trying to think. I had like a fun story to say, and I don't have one anymore. But this one's got Gorosaurus, King Ghidorah, Baragon, and old Minya. This is my first Minya figure, which I am genuinely hyped for. I love that little, like, I went through phases with that little freak where, like, oh, by the way, I didn't mention this. The box, I love the box for these figures. Super cool. But yeah, I went through phases where I was like, Minya's pretty lame. Or at first when I was a kid, I was like, Minya's the coolest. Like, he just gets me. And then I got a little bit older and I'm like, yeah, this guy's a little freak. And that's how I was for a long time. And then, kind of recently, I'm back on the Minya train. I think a big part of it is I watched All Monsters Attack, which is like probably the worst named Godzilla movie because it's mostly stock footage and a small child. But I watched that I never watched it subbed until like it came out on the Criterion DVDs. And I'll lower this so you can see what I'm actually doing. When it came out on the Criterion DVDs, I never really paid attention to it until then, and I was watching it subbed, not dubbed. And boy, it was like actually funny, and I liked it. I thought it was interesting, a lot cooler, a lot more fun. But look at this little King Ghidorah. I'm gonna get his wingies on him, and his tails. He needs his tail too, and hope it goes on as smooth as the heads did for the Rodan. This is, like, if you've seen the other ones and you see me fucking struggling like I normally do putting on these monsters' body parts, this is so nice. I am so pleasantly surprised. I don't know why I made myself sound like such a creep when I said that, but I did. But yeah, no, I mean, saw him in that, and he had one of my favorite lines in anything ever. The kid's having one of his fever dreams of where he meets the monsters. He starts talking to Minya, and Minya's just sitting there with 2 rocks, okay, holding the rocks. The kid shows up, and Minya's like, or the kid's like, Minya, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing, I don't have any friends. It's just like, what? I don't know. That just really tickled me when I watched it. And like, he's got a weird roar. It's kind of a donkey's roar. There we go. King Ghidorah. All of that. He is donezo. He doesn't, like, okay, what are you thinking though, Mezco? Like, they gave him some gravity beams to go with it, so I'll put those in his mouth. But if anyone needs multiple heads, it's the 3-headed monster. What are you doing, Mezco? Come on. I just realized in the last video, I was like, oh, this set could have been the Ghidorah the 3-headed monster one, but Anguirus wasn't in that movie. I'm just stupid. I have a feeling being in the King Ghidorah suit had to have been just the worst. I mean, the only thing worse would probably be like any of the Heisei suits, because the Heisei suits were just so heavy. Outside of the original Godzilla suit that Nakajima was in, I guess that one was. I looked it up one day. I think that one was the heaviest. because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. Later on, they kind of knew, but then like the Heisei suits, all of that was just so heavy. But there is the king himself in all his glory. Alright, Gorosaurus time. He's such a weird choice. He was in King Kong Returns. For those that don't know, that's his first appearance. And yeah, he didn't do much and he gets killed by King Kong. But in this, he knocks King Ghidorah right on his butt. They didn't give you a lot of add-ons for him because there's not much you can add on with Gorosaurus, but he looks cool. I like the sculpt. I like how he looks. Mezco, like, they don't have a lot of articulation, but I enjoy the fact that this is like a movie, the stuff from the movie. All right, Baragon time. So I don't know anything about the suit actor for original Baragon, but that original Baragon movie, it's called Frankenstein Conquers the World. One of my favorite Showa kaiju movies. No joke, it's so bonkers, it's so fun. I recommend it to anybody. But I enjoy this sculpt. The lady that was a Baragon suit actor in GMK is going to be at G-Fest this year, and I'm hoping I can go and get her autograph and a photo with her. She seems lovely. She was posted about how she's super excited to meet the fans and stuff, and I appreciate that. Alrighty. Last one. Oh, and Baragon, of course. He, like, one of them had to have head, so they went with old Baragon. And they also gave him some legs so he can lay down. Okay. So last, but certainly not least, the one who actually did the finishing kill on King Ghidorah in this movie. Old Minya. Everyone's favorite. If he's not your favorite yet, just because you haven't, thought it through good enough to guess. I don't know what I'm saying. How am I supposed to know? It's just me talking. Oh, I gotta change it. I have to change his head to give him his little fire, except it's like smoke rings. I had a friend in college who would blow smoke rings. Because he would do the old hookah. That's too funny. Alrighty. So I'm going to do, as always, a picture of all of them together. And so you can even see part one. And we'll have the whole thing set up. And I might do like a video of the handful of body parts that I got. I'll lower the camera down and show you little Minya real quick. But I like this sculpt. I like the sculpts that Mezco's using. They're not overly articulated, but I kind of like it. It does give Showa vibes, which is exactly what you want, Okay, guys, I'm going to cut to the thing and then bye-bye. And here is our handful of monster parts. Not a fan. Okay, so we have a Baragon to start us off with. He looks great. Mothra shooting her little web. Godzilla and Rodan hanging out. And then we kind of get like an overview so we can kind of see Minya there. And King Ghidorah and Gorosaurus. Then we get the final big view to finish her up on. I love this set, and I just want to say thanks, guys, for watching, and thanks for letting me open up to you. Bye.